If you are running an MSP or you're thinking about starting one, you've probably gone down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out which RMM and PSA tool are worth your time. Today, I want to walk you through one that I've been using. It's called Gorelo. Gorelo's an Australian company, and they build themselves as an all in one RMM and PSA platform. That means remote monitoring, ticketing, documentation, scripting, client management, all in one place. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the whole thing, section by section, so you can decide if it makes sense for your shop. Let's get into it. When you first log into the system, this is what you're going to see, the dashboard. And the first thing I want to point out is the icon in the upper left-hand corner here. This is the Gorelo logo, but I like to think of it as the home button. No matter where you are in the system, you click on this icon, it brings you right back here. Now, the dashboard itself is fully customizable. See these 9 dots over here? If we just click these 9 dots, we can now adjust what we see. We can move things around, we can take things out, whatever we want to do. We can even add things. Now, that thing I just took out, if we go up here to where it says dashboard widgets, you'll see it's right here. I can put it back in. And when I put it back in, it always puts it on the left-hand side. So then I can just drag it over here if I want. And then, of course, I got to move everything else. And then when I'm done with the way I want it to look, I just hit save. And then from that point on, whenever you go to the dashboard, it's going to look how you just set it. So first we're going to take a look at the top navigation bar. This little plus over here is your quick add button. You can add a new ticket, you can add a new device to be managed, you can create a new document, you can add a new contact or client, or you can start a new project, all just by clicking this button. If we go all the way over to the right on this same bar, you're going to find the magnifying glass. That is your search box. You can search for anything, a client, a ticket, an agent, a device. Just start typing and it'll find it. And if you hover over these icons, you'll notice a little flag comes down underneath or next to, depending on which direction you're going. And that basically tells you what the icon is, so you don't have to worry about memorizing what they all do. Next is the bell icon or notifications. This is where you're going to see anything, any alerts that pop up, whether it's tickets or alerts for certain things that Gorelo is monitoring. It'll all be right here. So if you just click on that bell icon, a thing slides out from the side that shows you notifications. And then if you click the bell icon again, it disappears. And then next to that is the calendar and to-do list. If you click on it, again, a thing slides out from the side and it defaults to the calendar. So you see a list of all the things that you have, all the appointments or anything that you have that's time sensitive. And if you click on the word to do right here, it shows you the to-do list. Now, when you first open your Gorelo account, you're going to have all of these to-dos that are created for you. It helps you set up your account properly. Once you do these things, they'll all disappear, and then it will only be the tasks that you have in the system, either manually or automated tasks that are put in there for you to do. And then again, you just click the box and it disappears. Now, the circle with your initials in it, that is your profile. Things like settings, preferences, and stuff like that are inside. In this particular icon right now, it says at office. This is your status. Now, when you first open it up for the day, it's going to ask you to update your status. So if I click on this, you're going to see this screen right here when you first open up. And most of the time you're going to put at the office if you're at the office, or working remotely if you want to put that. Let's say it's lunchtime and I want to go to lunch. So I'm going to click this button right here. And it's going to ask me, because it knows I'm at lunch and lunchtime's only an hour, it's going to say, hey, do you want me to update this for just the next hour? And I say yes. And then you see it in a couple places. You're going to see it up here in the corner. And if you have this feature turned on your dashboard, you're going to see it down here in users. Now, if you're one man operation, it's probably not something you're going to use all that often. But if you have a team of technicians, this comes in handy because you can see all of the technicians and what their status is at the moment. Now, when I come back from lunch, I'm going to click on that and I'm going to say, now I'm in the office. And because it thinks I'm working all day, it's now going to say, hey, do you want me to keep it this way for the rest of the day? And I say update status. And now it says I'm in the office. You can see this icon down here and the one up here. It says I'm in the office, and it won't ask me again until the next time I log in on the next day. And then, so if we look over here on the left sidebar, these are all the icons you're going to use most often. So the first one is tickets. By default, it's going to show you the tickets that are unassigned or assigned to you. Now, you can separate them to only see your tickets. If you are a technician and not the person in charge of the whole thing, you probably just want to see your tickets. You can see the recently updated unassigned tickets. And if you are the person who heads this up and you need to be able to see everything, you probably want to use what's called unclosed, which shows you any open tickets, no matter who they're assigned to or if they're unassigned. And then, of course, you can click on any one of these and actually go into the ticket. Let's click on this one right here, urgent backup failed overnight. So we see in the ticket, we see all the ticket information, and down here at the bottom, we can actually reply. And over here where it says new, we can click on that and we can close it when we're done with the tickets. So I'm just going to close that right now. And then as you can see, we went back to the ticket menu and that ticket that I closed is gone. So the next thing down is alerts. Now, if you have Gorelo monitoring anything, you're going to see alerts here if it finds something. Well, even if it doesn't find something, you're going to see it's preset to show you critical alerts, but you can click on everything, uptime, which is a particular type of alerts, any alert category here. It shows you the alerts and it gives you the option to create a ticket right from this alert. Next down, we're going to see documents. Now, documents are an internal knowledge base. It's not client facing, so your customers won't see these. But whether you're one person or a whole team, this comes in handy. Let's say somebody creates a ticket and says, how do I connect my computer to the office Wi-Fi? Well, instead of typing all of the instructions step by step every single time, you can just come here to documents. You can find the one that you have that says connecting to office Wi-Fi, click on it, read the context, or just highlight it all and copy it, and you can paste it into the reply of a ticket, and it saves you time when you're replying to all these tickets. And then the next thing down on my screen is scripts. Now, scripts are things that get really powerful. This is where you manage all the automation that runs on your client's machines. So right now, when you get your Gorelo account, you're only going to have one script, and that is a script that stores the BitLocker recovery key. So if you want to create a script, you just go down on the bottom and click create script. And then you can give it a title in this box. You can type the contents of the script and then you hit save. Now over here on the right hand side, there's settings, which you can enhance the script a little bit better. The first box is what type of script is it? What language did you write it in? For Windows, you have PowerShell and command line. And for Mac OS, you have Bash. So it's pretty good at figuring it out on its own, but you can come here and tell it which type of script if you want to just make sure. Timeout is it's preset to 300 seconds, but you can set it anywhere from 5 to 1800 seconds. And what that does is that's the countdown timer of how long the system is going to wait for a response before it just says it timed out. Now, this button that says run as user, this is a toggle button. If it's enabled, it'll be blue or green, whatever color this is, and everything will be to the right. If it's disabled, it'll be white and the dot will be to the left. When it's enabled, you're basically telling the script to run as whoever the logged in user is at that moment. Some scripts need to run as system, so you'll want to be able to turn that run as user off. And then to get rid of this panel, you just click on settings. And if you want to test a script or you just want to run a script on one machine, you're going to click down here where it says devices and you're going to type the name of a device and the name's going to pop up and you're just going to click on that. And then if there was a script in here, I would hit run and it would run the script and tell me what the result is. And when you want to get out of it, you just click on this X right here. It gets out of that. And then you can just click on this little left arrow and it takes you back to the list of scripts. Next on the list here is devices or assets. Assets are basically the devices that you're monitoring. And as you can see, the views, you can click, you can see everything, just what's waiting for adoption, or just what's classified as a server or a workstation. Now, you can see I have one here. This is a laptop that's waiting for adoption, meaning I haven't connected it to a client yet. So it doesn't recognize whether it's a workstation or a server until I connect it to a client. But you can see the devices. You can also switch to apps, and that will show you the apps that are on the computer and how many devices actually have it. Or you can switch to patches and it'll show you the patches and how many devices actually have that patch. We're just going to go back here to the list. And this generate CSV button, if I clicked on this, it will generate an Excel spreadsheet of whatever list we're looking at, whether it's the list, the apps, or the patches. Now to add a device, what you can do is you can go over here where it says assets, hover over it, don't click on it, just hover over it, and then click on agent assets. And what that does is that gives you this box. You can either pick a client, and then when you request the agent, it will actually give you an agent that automatically assigns the client. Or you can leave it blank and it will just give you a generic agent, which you will then have to go in there and assign it to a particular client on your own. And when you click get the agent or request the agent, it gives you two options. First, well, this is for Windows. If you're on Mac, it only gives you one option. But if you're on Windows, it gives you two options. You can either copy this script, which then you can run through PowerShell or command line, or you can click this button right here, which will download a manual installer. First, what it's going to do is it's going to create the installer. And then when it's 100% created, then you look up here and it's downloading it. Now you can see I've already downloaded the installer once, so it's going to show a second one. And so when you click somewhere else on the screen, it makes that box disappear. But then you just go in and you run the installer and you'll get a box that when it's done, it says it's working in the background. It'll continue working. You can close this. And then you just come back here and eventually you'll find it in the list. Now, if you're looking at an individual endpoint. This particular one happens to be a laptop. So you're just going to click on the name and you see virtually everything about it. You can see a summary of the hardware information. You can click on systems over here and you can see information about the system itself. CLI is the command line interface. So this is right now it's set on PowerShell. So if you type a PowerShell command in here, you can run that. Or you have command prompt, so you can type a command line prompt in there. Sometimes you're going to need to run as user, so you'll have to make that box highlighted to run as user. And if you have scripts in your script section and you've pinned them, they will then show up over here. So instead of going to scripts and finding the computer and running it, you just go to the computer and click the button over here and it'll run the script. Processes and services are pretty much their back end things. So you can see what's running on the computer. And if something is stuck, you can close it or stop it without having to remote in and take control of the computer. Disk is just what it says. It just shows you the information about the disk in the computer, its health, and if there's anything going wrong with it. And then you click apps, and that'll show you all the apps that are installed in the computer. And then if you go down here and you click on antivirus, it shows you the antiviruses that are installed and what's turned on and whether they're up to date. Patches again shows you the patches that are on the computer. It doesn't show you what needs to run. It just shows you what's already there. Policies they'll be set once the machine is adopted to a client, and tags are the same thing. And then custom fields, you can actually create custom fields that will allow you to store information. You can put them in scripts to grab certain information and store it here. Or you can put certain information in there and have the script pull it when you go to run something. But that's how you manage a particular device. And as you notice up here, the screens that we're on don't go away. So if I click this back button to get back to the list, there's still an open tab for the computer I was just on. And all I have to do is click that and it goes back to where I was. So if I want to get rid of those, I just click the X and it goes away. And I'm going to click the X on this one and it's going to go away. And then next we have policies. Now that's this little jigsaw puzzle thing. The policies are, you can set them yourself or you can use the ones that are already there. I like to just update the ones that are already there. So these two right here, base workstation and base server, these are the two that we're going to use most often. You just click on it and it shows you what it's going to do. It separates everything. It organizes it by tasks, apps, and scripts. So when you've got to add something, it's going to add it in the appropriate spots. Sorry, it's not tasks, it's checks. And to add something, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to hover over the add over here on the right, and you're going to click what you want to add. Now, if I want to add a plugin, I can go in here and I could just click one of these plugins and it's going to ask me what I want to do. If I had the information set up, I could just click add and it would pop it in here. If I want to edit a particular one, like this one right here, the BitLocker key, it says it runs weekly at 12 o'clock and it runs, these are the days that it runs, Monday to Sunday. So it runs Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It does not run on Wednesday. So if I want to say, no, I want it to run on Wednesday, I just click this pencil and it shows me what it's set up for right now. And I just go right here and I click on Wednesday, make it green, save it. And now it runs every single day at noon. Now, when you make a change, it doesn't automatically just go right through to every computer. You notice right here, it says waiting distribution. what you can do is you can make all the changes you want. You can add, subtract, whatever you want to do. And then when you're done, you go over here and you click on distribute, and it's going to distribute to all of the endpoints as they come online. If you have some endpoints that are offline right now, when they come online, it'll get the new policy and things will just work the way they're supposed to. Now, besides being an RMM tool, Gorelo is also a PSA tool. So we saw the ticketing, but one thing that it's really good for are, if you hit this little arrow down here, the double arrow, it expands the list and it shows you the ones that are over here. It tells you what their names are, and you see a push pin pointing down. That means that they're all right here. The ones that we didn't pin to the navigation panel, they have a hollow pin on them. So you can still use them. You just got to be in this screen to get them. So the PSA part of the tool is the ticketing. And then you also have clients and contacts. So the clients would be the businesses, the contacts would be the individual people at the company that you can communicate with. And then you also have billing options. You can submit invoices or send them invoices. You can add your products to this so you can bill them for certain things. You can create bundles if you want to sell them a particular group of services. You can even control your contracts from this screen as well. And so that's why it's an all-in-one system. Now, that is a quick overview of the Gorelo platform. One last thing I want to bring to your attention is, remember I said in the beginning, this button up here is the Gorelo icon or Gorelo logo. If you click that button, remember, it takes you back to the dashboard. Now, this didn't disappear because I opened it. It's just like these buttons at the top. Something slides out from the bottom, you got to click that double arrow again, and it slides back in and gives you your full desktop or dashboard back. So just keep in mind that if you want to get to the dashboard, that button is your friend. And if you want to try Gorelo, I know they have a free trial. I believe it's 7 days. But before you even do that, I'd highly recommend you jump into their Discord server. There's a really active community in there. It includes the developers of the software. You'll find in the community, you'll find some scripts that other community members have written and freely share with everybody else. Feel free to take those scripts and put them in your own Gorelo platform. You'll also find people that are genuinely willing to help if you have questions. It's a great group of people, and I highly recommend it, whether you are a Gorelo subscriber or you're thinking about it. Go there, check it out, ask your questions. There's a group of people that would be more than happy to answer them for you. So if you have any questions, you can also drop them here in the comments. And if this walkthrough has helped you, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, because I will be doing some deep dives into the individual sections on the left navigation panel. Make sure you hit the bell button and get notifications. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm. So until then, have a good one.